I am back and totally focused. Yep, definitely nothing going on up here. Definitely no weird Sonic show about political intrigue that's been occupying my thoughts. Yep, totally focused.
Sonic Underground. Sonic Underground.
Christmas is one of my favorite times of year because of Hallmark and no other reason. Gifts? Cringe. Trees? I think you mean stationary plants? Lights? My eyes hurt. Jingle bells? Does anyone use those anymore? Santa? That man is a criminal. Family? Well, Vin Diesel stole mine, so you know. Don't really have one anymore. In lieu of other enjoyments, I find solace in the wonderful land of bad Lifetime and Hallmark movies. Is there a difference between those two companies? I don't know, and I'm not going to look it up. In a similar vein is Dhared, the actual subject of this video. And in many ways, I think Dhared is like the Hallmark of YouTube. Like, is it good? Not really. Is it funny? Kinda, yeah. Is it ironically self-aware? Maybe, I can't tell. And while everyone else in the world will say that, well, at least Dhared has good moral lessons, I'm here to say, does he though? To get into the spirit of Christmas, I first want to look at Dhared's loving recreation of Home Alone. That's right, after 5 whole sequels that presumably no one watched, Dhared has decided that he can do better, and does not. He does not do better. I like how among all the comments making fun of the premise of this video, this one guy is like, Home Alone vibes? Homie, those ain't vibes. That's a ripoff. So the video starts with this child's parents leaving him alone for the weekend, and it seems like this guy is a little bit of a troublemaker. A little rascal, if you will. So you know what they have to do. Lock the iPad in the chest they have in the middle of their living room, I guess? Do you have a chest in the middle of your living room? What kind of Assassin's Creed interior design is this? Also, like, what are these subtitles?
I'm not a little kid anymore. I can take care of myself.
That's kind of goofy, my man.
So instead of you watching anime the entire week, she's gonna help you with that.
I'm gonna miss my episodes.
Okay, so does anyone watch anime on TV stateside anymore? Like, I know they used to come on, like, cartoons, but, like, do they still air anime like that? Like, at least here? Like, do you tune into it every Sunday morning like it's an episode of Tom and Jerry? Also, what kid watches live TV anymore?
So, what do you want to do?
Editing AK here, I just realized he makes like the funniest face in the world, and then the next shot, it's just not at all where he was last time. There's no consistency to this shot. Did nobody rewatch this part?
She has Chanel's, Louis, Gucci. It's perfect. I have to send you a photo.
Yeah, so the babysitter is kind of a criminal, and that is the only interesting thing about her. She basically just disappears after this. Honestly, this kid deserves to get robbed. I genuinely dislike this child.
One more break.
Knock it off!
Jay's a responsible kid. Okay, maybe not that, but he's a smart kid.
Okay, I think I have to cut it. You got to cut
What?
it. I'm sorry. Okay, I think I got it.
What did you do?
You said to do something. That's it. I'm done. No, you can't leave.
Yeah, sure, his babysitter is awful and criminal, and might also almost get the child killed, but like, dude, You are a monster. You deserve to be robbed. Being home alone unsupervised, you know your boy had to, have a seizure, I guess? So inevitably, some ne'er-do-wells show up looking to commit robbery and maybe manslaughter, you never know. And the kid, shockingly, isn't great at convincing them that he's home alone.
The kid's full of it. No one's in there.
So what's the plan?
I say we play it safe and come back later tonight.
If you're playing it safe, maybe don't say that right in front of the window.
Mrs. Finkelstein has grandkids.
Visiting for the break.
What break? Is there a break? The kid who's home alone is still in school. What break? What is this guy on about? A break from what? Also, that child is covered in chocolate sauce, and they just don't care. They're just moving on. They don't care. That's not weird to you?
Come on.
Why are you grabbing me like that?
Come on.
Was that in the script? That guy seemed genuinely confused. So the bad guys case the house and discover that the kid is, you know, home alone. And then the kid decides that the only way to save his home is to commit acts of domestic terror.
Yes.
Man, no phone, no iPad. I mean, what the heck is a kid supposed to do, Draco?
I don't know, man. Charge the iPad. Just charge the iPad. Why are you abandoning it? Charge it.
What if the kid booby trapped it?
Oh, come on. No kid would ever actually do that. That's Hollywood. Fantasy. Fiction.
My guy, this is fantasy and fiction. You're in a Darman video. But like, why the Continental Army get up? Are the robbers like the British enforcing taxes? Does Darman think taxation is theft? Is Darman a libertarian? I mean, he certainly fails to pay his employees like one.
I could call police. Yeah, I can ask them to see if they can check on him.
Please, why don't you call Miss Crawford next door and have her look in on him? Do that.
Yes, that's a good idea.
Or why not just call the police? Health checks is literally one of their jobs. Why do they not want to call the police? Your child is home alone without supervision in a neighborhood where there's been a string of burglaries. Call the police. Why would you just send an elderly woman over to check on him? She doesn't even do her job. Do people in the Darman universe just always have stuff on their face? Why does no one comment on this? Also, did no one tell this grandma that A, the babysitter wasn't there, and that the babysitter was a single woman? How does the grandma not know something is up? Why does she have to be like, these guys look vaguely familiar? How about the fact that they don't match the description of the babysitter? Who left? She quit. What?
Your actions always have a way of coming back to you.
That's right.
Yeah, your actions always have a way of coming back to you. That's a really weird way of saying, hey, crime! Don't do it. The cops are mean. Also, I don't know if that's the moral of this story. Like, is Home Alone a grand arc about why you shouldn't do crime? Because I feel like it's not.
Now,
Hi.
on your knees. Hands over your head.
Okay.
That is a weird reaction to getting arrested. Honestly, I don't like any of the lines this woman delivers. I don't think she should be allowed around children. All in all, my review of Dar Alone Home 7 is mostly boring, but thankfully short. The next holiday video brought to you by Darman is a landlord kicks out a grandpa on Christmas? What happens next will shock you. Just kidding, he instantly regrets it. The way this landlord's mom goes from just like totally chilled out to on the verge of tears, what the frick, to being on the verge of tears at like Mach 10 is hilarious. Like, it is just like, and she's sad now.
Hey, honey.
Hey, Mom.
Oh my goodness.
Working on Christmas Eve?
You evicted them. Adam, how could you? The landlord had come to evict us.
But baby, when he saw my face.
Goofy eviction? Why did he open the door like that? Also, that child is like 11. How does he not remember this?
I didn't know.
You were too young then.
He was like 12. He remembers. He just doesn't care, woman. Also, you didn't pay it forward after all this time? Lady, I don't know if you have that much time left.
Drop it.
You got it, boss. Drops it, breaks it. Anyways, then things happen. The family doesn't get kicked out, yada yada. The old man is the lady's old landlord, blah blah blah. It's not very interesting. But remember, kids, you can only be an ethical landlord if you were also poor at some point. So, be poor, I guess? You know, with all his fame and fortune, I bet Darman's kids are gonna be like psychotic. Like if we are to go by the logic of the Darman universe. Also, I like Riceman TV in the comments defending landlords. You know, if I was in that situation, I would have kicked that grandpa onto the streets. Because he deserves to suffer more than I do. Great ethics, my guy. I know that's probably not what he meant, but that's what it seems like. I don't know why he would like try and defend landlords on this video. And also make up a situation that doesn't apply to the video. I mean, this video is also in a fantasy land, so I guess it doesn't matter that much, but it's still funny to just like make up a scenario and then be like, see? Sometimes you do need to kick tenants out of their home. Like, okay, dude. Nobody was talking about that. Chill out. In conclusion, A Landlord Christmas gets a mostly boring out of 10. Better luck next time. And we're already off to a great start with our next video because what is even happening? So, like, there's this shady guy who I can only describe as a Napoleonic era Redditor selling, like, 4 Christmas trees in a parking lot? Does this happen? I feel like you would need a license or something. At least permission from, like, an owner of the store. What is this, like, back alley Christmas tree farm he's running? And I know there's more trees in the background, but it's like there's these are the only 4 big trees. Like, that's all his stock, and then a bunch of little trees. Is this real? Like, does this happen? I use synthetic trees. So what is happening?
Oh, excuse me, sir. I was gonna get that.
Sorry, pal, I got to it first.
Why is that guy's sweatshirt, like, so dirty? I assume the implication is like he's a construction worker or something. You know how they're always dirty because they work around dirt? But why is it so dirty right now? Did he just come from like his mechanic shop where he was wearing a hoodie, I guess? And I was like, I'm gonna go buy myself a tree. Hell yeah. Where did he come from? Why is he so dirty? And why does he keep giving that look? I don't know if we should be allowed around this man.
There's nothing a family can't solve.
As long as we work together.
I mean, like, that's not true, though. I don't think you can solve the bubonic plague through the power of family. But okay, Mr. Diesel.
No way. You got me the extra big tree?
Do children care this much about Christmas trees? Seriously, do children care? I never cared. I actually have beef with these guys because one year I scooched myself underneath ours to pet my cat and some fake snow fell into my eye and my mom had to pick it out. I wish that was a bit. It hurt. I cried like a little baby. I was also like 6, so I guess I kind of was. What was my point? Oh, right. I don't think kids care about trees this much anymore. So, this video is about a dad who's fallen on hard times, and this entire video is about him and his daughters making it through the holidays and preserving and persevering as a family. You know, classic Hollywood.
Olivia Rodrigo merch.
The heck you just say, child? Olivia Rodrigo merch? What?
I got fired today.
I know this is supposed to be like dramatic, but the reactions are just really funny.
I'll do it for free. That's what neighbors are for, right?
You know, I'm all for neighborly solidarity and all that, but hey, homie, you don't have a job. Maybe take the $20. That's probably enough for an Alava Vavo Rothbilgerg merch. Never mind, her merch is $35. So then they start a business, basically putting up people's Christmas decorations, and you know, it's fine and dandy.
Is everything okay?
I'm trying to figure it out. Oh, no. No. The rent payment came out. It was set for auto debit.
But like, you do have to pay rent, right, my guy? Like, there's a reason you set it to auto pay. By the way, that's earlier. He sets it to auto pay, and it comes back here, and you know, he has to pay his rent. But like, he has to live somewhere. I don't understand. You need to pay rent, my guy. The toys can wait. I think rent is a more pressing issue right now.
I love all this so much. I feel terrible I didn't get you anything.
What more could we ask for?
I don't know. Like a pony, maybe? Poor dad! Can't buy Christmas gifts! What happens next is shocking. We'll receive a 7 out of 10. Mildly entertaining, fairly heartwarming, but what happened next did not shock me. What happens next, though, will shock you.
Hey! Carly?
Sorry, I was listening to Doja Cat. Is everything okay?
No, you're being too loud.
Why specifically Doha Gata? Why do they sometimes like name specific like brands or people, and other times they don't? It's so weird.
Hey, sweetie! I was gonna boil some hot water for some hot chocolate.
These people are rich and use water for hot chocolate? I don't buy that. This is unrealistic.
I buy Monica everything she wants, and she still won't even lift a finger. I guess it's because she's an only child, and I probably just spoil her too much.
Maybe raise her better then? You could have taught her by not buying everything she wanted, but slay, I guess. Also, later on, she'll tell the young working child that she was raised right. Homie, you raised your daughter. I know you kinda admit to spoiling her, but if you know, how about you don't?
For the first time, she's about to learn the meaning of hard work. She hates that she has to work while everyone else gets to relax and have fun. With Carly gone, she now has to take care of everything herself, and she hates every second of it. She also has to clean the entire cabin, including washing all the dishes, vacuuming all the floors, and even taking out the trash. She now starts to realize just how hard Carly's job really is.
This is a hilarious montage. Good job. What the hell is that vest? That is a whole sheep. Nobody needs that. So then things happen. Mean girl is mean. Mean girl do poor girl job. Mean girl gets iPhone for work. Mean girl and bad mother go give poor girl paycheck. Classic Hollywood. Why do all these like impoverished families in these videos have like these immaculately styled homes? It's almost as if the producers know nothing about life in the real world, and this is all just a fantasy show that only resembles the real world so far as humans do indeed exist. Is this the only room in the house? Like, is it just this and the girls' room? Because that's what it looks like, and the children are like playing in the entryway. So I have to assume there's only like two rooms, right? Is that legal? I feel like that's overcrowding. Maybe that's how she saves so much money to decorate her house. She doesn't pay for extra rooms for the children.
An adoption application.
I know how much you've wanted another kid.
Sorry, what? No. You bullied this child. What is happening? No, this is not a light decision. Stop. Stop it. No. Okay. Cool. I guess that's happening now. Not like adoption is a very serious thing. You don't do on a whim. Trust me on this. But guess you just do the papers and boom. New child. Okay, then.
Oh, we have to get ready for that concert. I like you, I do. You know? Oh, everybody knows Doja Cat.
I can guarantee you my dad does not know who Doja Cat is. All in all, it was okay. 6 out of 10. Adoption is a lot bigger deal than the video would imply. Anyways, let's watch A Christmas Carol, but with an unfortunate, i.e. no amount of Muppets, and it's poorly written.
Is everything okay, Harold?
No. Why are all of you so happy? Look at this place. Look at this food.
You better watch your tone, Harold. Do you know how many people would be grateful to have a house, to have food on the table?
Harold! Do you know how many people would be happy to have that decal that was on the plastic cups, but a few shades darker? Seriously, do you know how many people would be happy to have that? Because it can't be that high of a number. Anyways, then the 3 ghosts happen, and it's really boring. Anyways. That is a horrific jump scare. I hate that alarm so much. All in all, that receives a bad out of 10. I really like A Christmas Carol. In fact, other than Rudolph, it's really the only Christmas movie I'll watch every year. Honestly, it's one of my favorites, and one of my favorite scenes in the entire movie is Scrooge surprising his nephew at the end. Because it shows Scrooge to have a sense of humor, or as I said when I was recording this earlier, Scrinch. It shows Mr. Scrinch to have a good sense of humor, and, you know, kind of shows how deep his reputation as a grump goes, because everyone's like, oh no, the old guy's here, curse you, and you know, it's good and cool. And then the scene in Darman has none of that. Also, he gets his wife back in Darman's video. The point is he burnt that bridge completely. The point is that he was an awful person. You can't just be like, well, I was an awful person for my entire life, but I'm good now after being haunted, so can we get married again? Like, no, that's no. The point is no. And that's what all of the scenes in this movie is like. It's like A Christmas Carol, but with all the meaningful and good parts of it just scraped on out. Thanks, Darman. I lost all of my masks in between recording these segments, so this is what we gotta live with for right now. Overall, much like Hallmark movies, Darman videos are mostly just boring. Sometimes they are hilarious bad, and other times they waste 20 minutes of your day. Also, after watching some Darman videos that I thought were a bit too serious for this video, I kept asking, do they teach good lessons? Like, do they really? Because while Darman's videos do achieve, like, the bare minimum requirement for having good morals in a story, it's only for, like, 6-year-olds. Scrooge is a real guy. He's believable. We can all imagine a real-life Scrooge. This old guy counting his money with his butler in an apartment in the 21st century, that man is not real. He's just a sussy baka. Home Alone is an utterly fanciful power fantasy about a child. It has a likable main character who has his flaws but is overall sympathetic, and the robbers are comedically criminal and charismatic. In Darman's world, the kid is just mean and childish in a bad way, and I think the criminals are trying to become Ed Sheeran, which makes me dislike them from the start. It was at this point that Miguel, like a big dumb idiot, just completely muted his microphone and kept talking as if he hadn't. I'm very smart. Also, I'm not re-recording this, so I'm just gonna voice over this while you watch me talk. Sweet nothings, literally in your ear on screen. Darman's videos are a hollow shell of what they are emulating. And that's all his videos are. They're all pointless, hollow shells of better videos. They are too often just like pointless, or their point is so distorted by the fact that Mr. Man refuses to engage with the real world and his stories in any meaningful way that they become only useful to people born less than a decade ago. But they take themselves so seriously that I don't know what small kid would even find this entertaining. It's just boring. There's no good lesson here that you couldn't get out of a shorter and more interesting Bluey episode. And when they try and emulate better pieces of media, they fail because Mr. Man's videos cannot fathom what it's like to truly exist in a believable world. It's all just fantasy with very little fun. It's made for a demographic that I'm not sure really exists. Young enough to need basic human knowledge of empathy, but old enough to receive this through a serious show. But they also still need to be young enough to not instantly realize that this world is laughably unrealistic, so that the lesson is not instantly undermined. And I think it shows that a lot of the top comments under Dhared's videos are clearly from adults praising the good morals in these videos, without seemingly ever realizing that it doesn't matter how good a message Dhared's videos put forward, it's cringe. And no one looking for or needing this type of moral instruction is going to watch cringe. All in all, Dhared will receive a Hallmark out of 10, happy holiday, merry hollow, and a very happy times. Go touch grass.